Imagine a weapon that flies at the speed of a small civilian Cessna, sounds as annoying as a broken lawnmower, and carries about 90 pounds, 40 kilograms, of explosives. It's not stealthy. It's not flying at supersonic speeds. You can even see it with the naked eye and hear it from miles away. But that crude weapon is draining the world's most advanced and expensive air defense networks. Its name is the Shahed 136, or Duran-2, or simply the Swarm Nightmare. Every night, dozens of these suicide drones are launched simultaneously. They skim the treetops, hugging the terrain of valleys to slip through radar blind spots. Their concept of operations is simple. They don't need stealth, they just need to overwhelm the defense. The adversary knows your air defense grid can only lock onto and intercept a limited number of targets at once. If they throw enough mass at a target, a few will inevitably get through. But the real problem isn't whether they get through or not. The real problem lies in the economics of interception. We do not worship weapons. We calculate whether they work. And the mathematical equation in the sky right now is a catastrophic imbalance. Let's do some simple math. A mass-produced Shahed drone costs somewhere between $20,000 and $50,000. Its cruising speed is about 115 miles per hour. To guarantee a kill before it crashes into a power substation, you have to fire your air defense system. If you use a medium-range Iris-T interceptor, the cost is around $400,000. If you use a state-of-the-art Patriot system, each interceptor missile, PAC-2 or PAC-3, costs anywhere from $2 million to $4 million. Firing a $4 million missile to destroy a $50,000 drone, that is a cost disadvantage of 8-0 to 1, or even 2-0-0 to 1, heavily favoring the attacker. And that is the real trap. The core objective of drone swarm tactics isn't just to destroy infrastructure. Its objective is to bleed the defender's vertical launch system VLS cells dry. It forces you to make a choice. Burn through all your expensive missiles on cheap drones and leave your flank wide open to the devastating ballistic missiles flying right behind them. Or save your missiles and accept watching your infrastructure burn. Smart surface-to-air missiles are too smart, too fast, and too expensive for this cleanup job. We need a machine that is cheaper, more durable, and operates on pure mechanics. Just like the Pentagon once wanted to scrap the A-10 Warthog, the solution to the drone swarm problem lies in a machine that was struck from the inventory for being deemed obsolete. Meet the Flakpanzer Gepard. Designed by West Germany in the early 1970s, the Gepard is a self-propelled anti-aircraft gun born for a single purpose: to shoot down Soviet attack helicopters and low-flying bombers over the European plains. In 2010, the German military officially retired the Gepard. In an era of smart missiles guided by phased-array radars and stealth fighters, a tank with 2 mechanical guns was considered a Cold War relic. An antique? That is, until people realized that 35mm shells are thousands of times cheaper than a Patriot missile. The Gepard doesn't need a complex satellite network. It carries a search radar with a 9-mile, 15-kilometer sweep and an independent tracking radar mounted right on the front of the turret. Once the system locks on, the rest is just physics. The Gepard's twin 35mm Oerlikon KDA autocannons spit rounds at a combined rate of 1,100 rounds per minute. With the help of a digital ballistic computer, which has been upgraded, the Gepard doesn't need to spray hundreds of rounds to hit its mark. It only needs to fire an extremely short burst between 6 and 12 rounds to create a cloud of kinetic shrapnel that shreds the fragile hull of the UAV. Now, let's look at the economics again. Instead of burning $4 million on a Patriot, a standard Gepard engagement, about 10 35mm rounds, costs less than $1,000. The 1-0-0 to 1 cost disadvantage from before has been completely flipped. The defender now enjoys a 5-0 to 1 economic advantage over the attacker. Moreover, the Gepard solves the most agonizing problem of missile batteries: reload time and magazine capacity. A Gepard carries 320 anti-aircraft rounds per gun. With short bursts, a single Gepard can destroy 20 to 30 drones before needing to reload. It is a mobile, tracked fortress that can escort supply convoys or hide under the tree canopy, patiently waiting for the Shahed swarms to fly over. Of course, the Gepard is not the ultimate weapon. It has an effective range of only about 2.5 to 3 miles, 4 to 5 kilometers. It is completely useless against a ballistic missile dropping from the stratosphere at Mach 5. It is useless against fighter bombers at 30,000 feet, and it wasn't built to do those things. The true power of a modern military lies in layering. Just like the US Navy needs the MH-60 Seahawk as the scalpel and the A-10 Warthog as the chainsaw in the Strait of Hormuz, The sky requires similar layering. The Gepard is the chainsaw for the bottom tier. It clears out the crude, cheap, slow-moving threats hugging the ground. By shouldering this entire trash clearing job in a highly cost-effective manner, this 50-year-old tank allows the expensive Patriot and NASAM systems to rest. The billion-dollar missile systems are now freed up, conserving their ammo to engage threats that actually justify the cost: ballistic missiles, high-speed cruise missiles, and enemy fighter jets. The rise of swarm tactics, whether it's speedboats on the surface of the ocean or suicide drones in the sky, is teaching superpowers a pragmatic lesson. The most cutting-edge technology isn't always the answer. Firing a golden arrow to kill a mosquito doesn't make you stronger. It just bankrupts you faster. The best weapon is the one with the economic viability that perfectly matches the nature of the threat. That is why mechanical legacies from the last century, like the 30mm Gatling gun on the A-10 or the twin 35mm cannons on the Gepard tank, continue to dominate the modern battlefield.